I asked my followers their most controversial opinions, and here's how it went. The gay people that make being gay their whole personality are really the ones homophobic people are talking about. America is racist. Trans people shouldn't be allowed in sports at all. So I created an anonymous survey that allowed people to share their most controversial opinions because I know a lot of people struggle to share what they think. So I created a platform that allowed my followers to do that, and today I'm going to be sharing their most controversial opinions. The gay people that make being gay their whole personality are really the ones homophobic people are talking about when they don't like gay people. I strongly agree with that. A lot of people dislike the gay community because they put it everywhere. What I mean by this is they put it all in TV shows, they post about it a lot, they try to put it on to the children. So I do understand what people are talking about by making gay their whole personality, because I don't like when people push all that like sexual things on the children, whether it's straight, whether it's being gay, all that. I don't like when people push that onto children. So I understand what they're referring to when they're saying that the ones that make it their whole personality are the ones that homophobic people are talking about. Like, it's one thing that you're gay, but like you don't have any other aspects about you. You don't have hobbies, you don't have things you like to do, your passions, you don't have anything else part of you besides the fact that you're gay. You being gay should be the smallest aspect of yourself, but that's what I think. As a Christian and someone who's leaning more conservative / Republican, I will admit this. I support ICE. By that I mean I support that ICE is deporting illegal immigrants who came to the country illegally. However, I do believe that there are and can be limits to what they're doing. To elaborate, I don't believe ICE should be doing stuff like ripping up birth certificates, unaliving people because they came to the country illegally, etc. Plus, I'm torn on whether or not I should support ICE deporting children because, on one hand, I don't want to sound inhumane, but on the other hand, I don't appreciate how illegal immigrants disrespect our country's boundaries by sneaking in and coming here illegally. I'm very torn on this, and you know how the leftists can be. But yeah, that's practically my political views at the moment. Thank you for listening. So me personally, I also support ICE, but not like 100%. They need to go through due process. Well, these may not be illegal immigrants. We need to make sure. So when you're going through the process of deporting people, make sure they're going through due process to make sure they're an actual legal immigrant, because the worst thing that we can do is deport someone who's actually a citizen and we don't give them the ability to prove that they are. And yeah, 100%. I mean, I haven't heard of ICE ripping up people's birth certificates. If that's true, then please show me a source. But if they are doing that, then yeah, that's incredibly wrong. And yeah, of course, they should not be killing people because these people are still humans, whether, they came here illegally or not. Yeah, of course that's wrong, but they're still humans. But we do need people monitoring the people that come into this country. Whether you disagree with how they're doing it, yeah, that's acceptable. But there should be a discussion on people doing this because it is illegal at the end of the day. And a country without borders is not a country. America is racist. I mean, yeah, the whole world is racist. Everyone is racist, in my opinion, in their own way. Everyone has their own biases towards groups of people. I believe that America has they have advanced incredibly beyond race. Like, for example, we went from a country that had slavery to a country where now Black people can essentially do what they want. So we have advanced incredibly. But yeah, there are, of course, some people who will be discriminatory in this country. That's everywhere in the world. That's here, that's in Europe, any country in Europe, and that's anywhere. There's, of course, going to be racist. Black women are the worst for the Black community than Democrats. So I understand where this is coming from, because if you don't know, like if we go way back, what happened was that a lot of the Black community, they don't have fathers, and that's a lot to do with welfare, which incentivized Black women for not having a male in the home because they got paid with welfare. And because of that, there's been more Black women raising kids. And what happens with that? The sons become more feminine and the daughters become more masculine because they're taught, I don't need a man mentality. And the guys are being raised by women. So they become more violent. They let their emotions out in more harmful ways, such as committing crimes, and that has caused a lot of issues within the Black community. I don't think it's worse than Democrats, because the Democrats are the reason that we have these welfare policies that even cause the father to not be in the home. And it's not the only reason we know, like, it's also culture as well. When it comes to our culture, it's sometimes praised, like in songs, some of them talk about this. It's not just welfare, but that was a huge part of it. Trans people shouldn't be allowed in sports at all unless they're in the gendered sport assigned at birth. and not taking any hormones or medications that change their biology. I strongly agree with this. I think most people should agree with this. If you're trans and you're competing in a sport, that is completely unfair to someone who isn't trans. And I think most people know this because especially if you're a trans woman, if you were biologically born a male, you're going to be stronger than an average woman. So it's going to be easier for you to win in sports. Like we've seen this throughout many sports. We've seen this swimming, I think like weightlifting or something like that, but has been shown. So it is not fair. I believe trans people should have their own league, in my opinion. I don't know if there's enough trans people to do that, but I think they should have their own sports. You shouldn't be mad at white people or any other race for saying the N-word. If you say it, sing about it. If you're gonna say it, it's such a horrible word for white people to say, then you shouldn't say it either, no matter who it was used against when it was made. Yeah, like I read this poem, I forgot who it was by. But words only have power when you let it have power, and depending on the context of what the word is said. So for example, if I believe the N-word has power over me, then of course it's gonna impact me. Me personally, I don't care who says it, because if we're gonna keep saying the word, then we clearly don't care about it. You know, like there's so many slurs that no one says anymore because the group that the slur was being used against, they don't use it. Like there's so many slurs against different groups that no one even thinks about because they don't say the word themselves. We kept the word alive. We kept the word alive because we keep using it in music, saying it to each other. So because of that, now that word is very popular. So I don't think we should be mad that people say it. I honestly think we should not care who says it. There are, of course, that minority of people who want to use it in a racist way, but there are a good chunk of people who don't, who just use it and just say it normally. So I don't see a problem with it. Words only have power if you let it have power over you. But yeah, that's all today of me sharing my followers' most controversial opinions. If you want to be featured in a video, go to the link in my description and submit your most controversial opinion, and you could probably be in my next video. And what are your thoughts on this? I know a lot of you probably didn't agree with my takes, but share your takes in the comments. Share what your responses to one of these opinions and whether you agree with one, whether you disagree with one. Thank you for watching.